Hello and welcome to Gothic Androgyn Tarot. Today we are going to be in celebration of the new Sandman show by Neil Gaiman that was just released on Netflix, I believe. We will be using the Sandman Tarot, and that is what you are seeing here. It has different characters from Neil Gaiman's Sandman graphic novels, and it includes some of the artists who did the artwork for the novels. So these are actually brilliant drawings. This is an old deck. I got this years ago. I don't even know if it's still available, but yeah, it is beautiful. And I've had it for a long time. But yeah, we are going to do a reading here. So here's the shuffling. And now our reading. We're going to do a 3-card spread, past, present, and future. And so, the first card out symbolizing the past, and we have Justice. The second card for present in the middle. We have the number 20, which is Judgement. And the final card, which stands for the future, is the Queen of Cups. So if we start in the past position, the Justice card means equality, righteousness, examination, and finding solutions. And it states that, collective, that you've gone through a lot of suffering, and divine law has now stepped in and is coming to restore balance and harmony, as well as fair play and equality. There's a sense for a need to reestablish fairness here. The Justice card is ruled by the Egyptian goddess Mayat, who weighs the hearts of the deceased in the afterlife against a feather, and if the deeds that you have done weigh down too heavily, she basically feeds you to the big monster that's going to eat you up alive a lot, and that's not a good thing. So you want to make sure that the life that you have loved is a righteous one, and that it is not in the name of evil, so that you can be weighed favorably. So this is saying that, you know, when the Justice card comes out in the past, that you've been wronged in the past, and that there's a need to actually make a change. And so Maya is stepping in the past, and then we're bringing it forward to the future, not the future, to the present, and that's where you can see the last Judgment card here, which is the number 20 card, which is a change in the position. So basically, with the suffering that you had, and Maya actually doing the weighing and evaluating the case, that a change has come in your favor and that you are going to reach a renewal. This is also, the Judgment card, a call to arms and a call to action to stand up and be counted for your beliefs and not to back down. So you're getting a chance here not only of survival, which you saw in the past with the Justice card in the past position, but now you are getting kind of a state of renewal, and the Judgment card is asking you to maintain the faith. So now that Maya has done the weighing, and you have come out favorably, it's time to right the scales and put you in the position that you rightfully had before you were being attacked. And it also says to stick to your convictions and take up your higher calling. This is a card of a higher calling, that you have an opportunity now at this very time, and that everything has come into alignment. This card is calling for light, and if you look at the way that the numbering of the cards in the Roman numerals, you are being called to the light, to your highest light, to use your intuition. And the rest of the cards in this reading, previously, as in my doing the weighing, and after, in the future position, are going to be in service of this light. So when the Judgment card is coming out, especially in this present position, with Mayat and Justice and the weighing of the situation in the past, you are being called to answer your calling, and this is like screaming at you. It's really loud. And so we're going to see as we move into the next card, which is the future, which is the Queen of Cups. And this stands for kind of being whisked away by the fairies. But it also stands for, and there's a fairness and a state of being in service that has come out here. And that the energy is good for the collective. And it's loving, intelligent. It's also visionary and says that there will be success and happiness. And so there's an intense emotional significance here. And so, like I said in my previous video that I did earlier, Isa or Yeshua, Jesus, is said to be living water. So this card here is water of water. So it's even going to the same, mention that divine spark as well. It's a creative energy. It's also nostalgic, but it's perceptive, otherworldly, and intuitive. And so they want, this is a call to trust your deepest emotions and relate to your feelings, but also go with the flow. Reduce the resistance. So now that judgment has been called and that the scales have been balanced and you were back in the position you were before you were attacked, and you have gone through some healing in the present, now it's bringing you into the future, and it's asking you, now that you are healed and don't have all those things attacking you, that you can change your energy inward. So instead of having to protect yourself, you can now go exploring inside yourself. So it's asking you to look inward, be silent, go with the flow, reduce resistance, and trust your deepest emotions to uncover hidden depths and meaning. So you have been called, so answer the call, and in order to make sure that you can find all those and learn and achieve and bring forward all those hidden inner gifts that you've been graced with, now that Maya has freed you from your chains and your bondage, that you now can turn to your dreams in an abstract way and use those higher powers that you have, which have been gifted to you so that you can answer your higher calling, and use your inner oracle, or you may see visions in dreams, but this card is definitely telling you to trust your intuition. And that intuition will help you because in the present you've been called to a higher position, potentially a position of leadership, and that even if you actively haven't asked for that, when you're called, it's not something that comes to you. It's not something that you ask for, and if your answer is no, like they say Paul Atreides when he's talking to his father, if you say no, then you'll always be my son. But if you say yes, it's a lonely position. But it's also one of extreme power, and if you are abusing that power, that is a problem, because Ma'at has already freed you from the bondage and righted the scales, and so now you are able to go off and answer that higher calling, where before you were being attacked and had to spend your time defending yourself. Now you can move forward, and it is time for you to go mine the Akash, and go inward and find out if there are any blocks. You need to get rid of those. You can ask your intuition and all of your past lives and go, look into the Akash, and use the Merkaba light vehicle in order to talk to your inner being and all of your ancestors and ascended masters and the angels and totems and whatever animals, sacred animals and spirit guides are there within your DNA to help you do that. But Ma'at has freed you from the chains that were keeping you bound. And so now you should be able to move forward. And so this is a positive reading. It's basically asking you to answer the call. You are being called and you have been freed from bondage to answer that call. And so now, again, everybody has free will. But it's asking you here, so you're in the present right now, it's asking you here, and it's showing you a positive outcome and that you will be successful as long as you trust your intuition and Search for validation inside yourself. Don't turn to those outside you. You are a loving creature, a being of intelligence who is very visionary and has a lot of power and perception and is intuitive. You must uncover the hidden depths of the gifts within your soul in order to make the best out of answering that calling, because you are here. The reason that you are here is to help the world and bring peace on Gaia. Namaste.